Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I am going to make a prediction. I predict that today's project will be the best project you'll see on YouTube today. Y'all stay tuned. So nothing is better than a personalized gift. When you make something for a person and you take into consideration their likes in making it, whether it's the color or what you put inside, that means so much to the person receiving that gift. And that is exactly what today's project is designed to be. And I am going to bring it in so that you can see exactly what I mean. And here it is, guys. Aren't these just absolutely fabulous? Fabulous with a capital fab. Look at that. Gorgeous. And what makes these so special? They are personalized candy boxes. You fill it with your sweetie's favorite candies. No more going to the store and buying a box where they may only like 2 or 3 of the types inside. You take this, you make it, and you fill it with whatever they like. I've just filled it with some basic candies, but I'm going to make a few of these for people that I know, and I'll be putting their favorite candies in. Mike will surely be getting one of these, and I know what his favorites are, so I'll be putting those in this box. But really, take a look at this. It doesn't get any better than this when it comes to giving a person what they like when it comes to candy and chocolates. So I'm going to put the lid back on, and this is the only one that I put the cups in because this is our project size for today. I am not going to be making all 3 of these. I will only be making one of these. The PDF will be available to include sizes for all 3. So I'll just give you a quick look on the inside of this one. A quick look on the inside of this one. So this one here is an 8x8 box. This one is a 5x5. And this one is a 7x7. And I'm going to bring in a second set that I made. And these are the same size as the others, but they are just so cute. And why I wanted to bring these in? Because I wanted to show you that we don't have to make these in feminine colors. We can make them in more subdued and colors that would be totally acceptable to give to a man. Even with this embellishment, this is a fine box to present to any man for Valentine's Day. And I'll take the lid off and you can see the inside. This is just perfect for masculine candy boxes. So I love this one. I did go ahead and just put my cups in to see how many I could get in this one. But this is not the project size that we're making. This is the project size that we're going to make today. So let's get started. All right, so to make our project, we are first going to need some cups, and the number of cups that you need will depend on your spacing in your box, as well as how many pieces of candy you want to put in the box. So it's going to be up to you, but I will have a link in the description on where you can get the cups that I'm using in today's project. Then we are going to need 4 strips of chipboard that measure 1x7. We'll need 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 6 7/8 by 6 7/8. We'll need 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 7x7. We are going to need a piece that measures 6 3/8 by 6 3/8. We'll need a piece of paper that measures 7x7. We'll need a piece that measures, we'll need 2 pieces that measure 9x9. And we will need 1 piece that measures 10.5 by 10.5. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, and the first thing that we're going to do is make the box. And to make the box, we need the 10.5 by 10.5 inch piece. And we need to score at 1 and at 2 on all 4 sides. And then we are going to fold and burnish our scores. And guys, I will have pre-cut kits available of this project, and the patterns for those kits will be the 2 styles that I just showed you. All right, so then we'll come back and we'll remove the 3 corner pieces. we will have 3 squares in each corner, and we're just going to cut those out. So the first thing that I'll do is I am going to go ahead and just angle in here, and I'll do just a very slight angle there, and then I'll cut down the line here, and I will angle in, and then I'll remove this piece. I'll do that one more time, and then I'll do the other 2 off camera. So I'll just cut straight down here, and then I'll angle in. I'll angle in here. I will do a very slight angle here, and then I'll remove that piece. So we'll have 4 sides that look like this. I'll do the other 2 sides off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, so once we have all of our tabs cut out, we're going to go ahead and put our box together. So I'll just take my reptile glue, place it on my tab, and go ahead and get my tabs matched up to the corners. Make sure that everything is nice and tight, just like that. Then I'll come back in with my bone folder, and we're going to get everything stuck down. Okay, so once we have our box put together, we're going to fold these top flaps backwards and just get them out of the way. And then we'll come back in with our 4 pieces of 1 by 6.5 inch chipboard. Make sure you place it down in the box, and you want to make sure that it's going to fit and not extend above your score mark. Hopefully you guys can see that it fits in there nicely. So all I'm going to do at this point is take some of my glue, place it down on my board, put my board inside, and then I just like to move my board back and forth just a little bit to get that glue spread out. And then I'll come to the opposite side, place in my board. And now when you're doing the sides, you're going to want to come in and check it to make sure that it's going to fit. And if it's a little bit too snug, and now when you're ready to place in the last 2, you need to check it to make sure they're going to fit. And if they're just a little too snug, just start taking off a little bit of the chipboard, just snip it off and make sure that it fits. And then what I do is once I've got one snipped right, I'll just use it as my template to do that second one. So now we can come in, place our glue, and get this stuck down. And now all we need to do is come in with our glue, place glue on these flaps, fold them over, come back with our bone folder, and get that stuck down. Just like that. I'll do the other 3 and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so once we've got the box made, we need to bring in our piece that measures 6 3/8 by 6 3/8. And then I have a small piece of ribbon. And basically what I'm going to do is I am going to take my glue, place it right there, and put my ribbon on this. And all I'm doing at this point is creating a false bottom, because once we put our cups in, we actually glue them down. And if you want to use this box for something else, you wouldn't be able to if you've got your cups glued in. So I'm going to glue my cups to this board or this paper. And then when I'm ready to take the paper out, I can just lift up on that ribbon and pull everything out. So now that we've got this in just like this, I am going to go ahead and come back and just place my cups. So I'll have 4 cups on each side, and I'll have a total of 16 cups in here. So I'll show you exactly how I'm placing these. Okay, so we have all of our cups in our cute little box here, and we do have 16 cups, and that is plenty of candy for Valentine's Day. So all I do to get my cups stuck is I take a little bit of my reptile glue and I place it down, and I make sure that it's stuck to the board or to that false piece of paper that I put in. All right guys, so all of my cups are in and they're not coming out, but you know what? if I need to remove this because I'm done with it, I can just pull out this sheet and I can still reuse this box. So I just thought putting in the false bottom on the box was just a great way to make this a reusable box over and over and over. So let's go ahead and make the top and the bottom for this project. Okay, so to make our tops and bottoms, we need to bring in the 7x7 pieces of chipboard, and we're going to lay them down on our 9x9 piece of decorative paper. And I chose this beautiful print because I think it's just great for Valentine's Day, but it's also one of those prints that just works for all seasons. So all I'm doing is folding this over to get my edges, and then I'll come back and I'm just going to miter cut. Okay guys, so once we have our edges mitered, we're simply going to come back with glue or tape, whichever one you want to use, and get this folded over. Okay, so now that we have our decorative paper on our top and our bottom pieces, we need to bring in our 6 3/8 by 6 3/8 board. And all I'm going to do is I am going to use just a little bit of wet glue, making sure that I get the edges nice and covered. And I'll just come back and fill in. And all I'm going to do at this point is just join these two together. I'm doubling them up. Just like that. And then I'll come back with my bone folder and get them stuck down. So now what I'm going to do is take my doubled up 6 3/8 by 6 3/8 board and cover it in my 7x7 decorative paper. So I am just going to lay this down just like this. Don't worry about that 6 3/8 showing because it will be covered. And then I'll just spread my glue out, making sure that I get it nice and covered. Then I'll come back with my finger blade. I am not wrapping over at this point because if you do, it might end up being too tight of a fit when you try placing it in your box. Okay, so I'm going to come back and just get those edges nice and smooth. And then I'll bring in one of my boards, top or bottom, it doesn't matter because they're both the same size. And now I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to start in my corners first because I want to make sure I have those nice and stuck. And then I'll just place glue all around. And I'll come in and fill in the inside. And then all I'm going to do at this point is place this down, trying to get it as centered on all four sides as possible. And then I'll come back with my bone folder, put some pressure on it to get it stuck. I'll flip it over, put pressure on it in this direction. And now I'll bring in my box, and this is the way that I make sure that my top and my bottom are matched up. I'm going to go ahead and just place my lid on the box, and you can see that I've got a nice fit. And now what I'll do is I'll take my glue. Again, I am going to make sure that I get glue in those corners very well. And then I'll come back and fill in just like you saw me do on the top. And I'll place glue all over the middle. And now what I'll do is I'll just stand this up and I am going to put this down on there just like that, and I am going to tap it and match it up, and that gives me a perfect fit every time. So then I'll come back, get that nice and stuck, pull that up, take that bottom out, and then I'll just come back on the inside and make sure I've got my glue nice and stuck. There, now wasn't that simple? And we can put our lid back on, and guys, we have a gorgeous, gorgeous little candy box, and all of my sides are just even, and they look great. And the way that I am going to dress this up is I have these beautiful, beautiful collage toppers from Anna Griffin. And I think they are just absolutely fabulous for these projects. When you put them down, you don't have to do any more than that to your project. You can do more, but you don't need to. So all I'm going to do at this point is just put some glue on the back. And we're going to get this stuck down, and we are going to have yet another beautiful box that I can use for a friend's gift. So there, I've got my box, but I want to pop up that middle just a little bit. So that says for you, friend. And then I have these that came in my Valentine's set, and it says for my friend. So I'm just going to sub out that and just add that one in and give it a little bit of pop. It's got just a little dimension to it that wasn't there before. And so there we have it, guys. We have this absolutely beautiful, beautiful personalized Valentine's candy box, just waiting to be filled with chocolates. So I am just going to come back and just fill it with chocolates. These aren't the ones that I will leave in here, but I just wanted to fill it so that you guys can see that total cuteness. And I just love how this turned out. See, isn't this pretty? Doesn't that scream Happy Valentine's Day? And I am going to bring in the other two sets so you guys can see just how gorgeous these are and how easy they were to make. So if you're interested in the pre-cut kits, these are the patterns that I'll have available. I will not have this pattern available because I don't have very much of this paper left, but I will have at least 10 of each one of these available. So I hope that you have liked this project. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. Guys, we do it right on this channel. We are doing some amazing things. Y'all, have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.